So you can find yourself, I'm going to lead the meditation just from closer to the mic, then I'll go back to the mat when we start doing more movement. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. It can be cross-legged. You might want to sit on a cushion or something to make it a bit more comfortable. So you want to find something that feels okay to sit in for the first 5 minutes or so. And you can start to close your eyes. You might even take a deliberate yawn to kind of get yourself into more of a relaxed state. If you don't want to close your eyes, you can always gaze down the nose instead. And start to lean forward and then lean back. So you'll notice here how you're coming slightly off your center. And you want to make those rocks smaller and smaller until you can find that place where you can be still with the head stacked above the heart, stacked above the pelvis. And that's given us a nice long spine. You might want to roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times here so that the shoulders can really settle down the back. And let the hands be heavy on the knees or in the lap. And then take your first deep intentional breath of the practice in through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. 2 more times. Big deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out the mouth. And again. Then feel the breath returning to normal. Start to pay particular attention here to the journey of the breath. So you might notice that the air feels cooler on the way in through the nostrils. And the air probably feels a bit warmer on the way out of the nostrils. You might actually be able to feel that on your upper skin above the upper lip. And notice as well how the breath fills up on the inhale, so the belly will inflate, the chest may rise. And as you exhale, there's a sense of release, of letting go. And then this time with your inhale, imagine you can really feel a lift up through the crown of the head on the inhale. And as you exhale, notice the base of your body touching the floor, as though you're really feeling that pull of gravity, keeping you in place firmly on the earth. Inhaling to lift up through the crown of the head, feel the spine long. Exhale to feel the body sink down into the ground. And from here, I'd like to invite you to join me in a visualization. So you can begin to bring to mind the image of a forest. You can imagine yourself sitting here surrounded by really big, strong trees. If you joined me on a retreat in Romania, you'll remember this meditation. And if you're new, then welcome. So you can picture yourself designed. And start to visualize roots growing down from the base of your spine. So these roots will go down through the surface of the earth and they'll start spiking off underground in different directions, keeping you really firmly in your seat. And your roots go down under the earth, connecting to a whole wider system. So under the earth there's also the roots of all the other trees in the forest. And there's an underground network in our forests where the trees can communicate to each other. And the whole forest is interdependent, and if one tree is sick or weak, it can send a signal through an underground network. And the rest of the trees can send support, can send vital resources under this, through this network. So I'd like you all to imagine that as you're sitting at home practicing, your roots are not only connecting to this underground system of the forest, connecting to nature, to Mother Earth, Pachamama, but they're also connecting to each other. So we've got people from all over the world here, and you can imagine that your roots are connecting all across the world into this wider system, this wider network of support. And now you can release that visualization from your mind and take one hand down to your belly and one hand to your heart. And simply feel the breath here moving between the belly and the chest. And take a moment here to welcome yourself to your practice. You can actually imagine that you're kind of welcoming yourself to your mat in the same way that you'd welcome a really, really good friend to your home. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Then blink your eyes open, hello. And you can take a little look around the room that you're in right now. So have a look, see what you can notice. Notice the colours. Arrive in the space by taking a good look around you. And then we're going to use our hands here to actually push down through the parts of the body that are touching the floor. Give your feet a little squeeze, give your calf muscles a squeeze, like you're squeezing the muscles into the bone on both sides. And that's a way to kind of land in the body and let ourselves know that we're here. And from there, we'll let the palms rest lightly on the knees. Start to scoop all the way around to the right. Inhale to scooch forward and over to the left. Exhale to round the back and come backwards. Inhale, forwards. Exhale all the way round and back. So we're making circles here. Check in with the sensations that arise in the body as you do this. Do you feel it in the hips? Do you feel your shoulders? What's going on here for you? Great, now let's go in the other direction. Still inhaling all the way forward, exhaling back. You can use your core engagement to really lean back and round. And feel free at home here to experiment with the speed. So you might want to go a bit faster, notice what that does to the sensation, or you might want to go really slow-mo, as though you couldn't move any slower if you tried. And then we'll come all the way back up to seated. So we've got that long spine again. The shoulders are relaxing down the back. Interlace your fingers. Push the palms forward. Inhale to reach all the way up. Stretch. Exhale, spread the fingers, spread the arms down. And again, interlace fingers. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, spread down. And again, inhale, reach up, up, up. Exhale all the way down. And from there, we're going to keep our arms open. You want a little bend in the elbows, a sense of buoyancy, of bounce. And we're going to inhale, lift the chest, gaze up, tilt the chin up. Exhale, tilt chin down. Hug the arms round. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, hug everything in. Inhale, tilt chin up. Exhale, gaze within. Change the cross of the arms. And then keep going with this in your own rhythm. You can change the cross of the arms each time you hug inwards. And feel for that sense of opening up on the inhale, that sense of retreating inwards on the exhale. And the next time that you hug in, let's stay there for a little bit. And you can really let the head drop here. And imagine that you're actually sending the breath up to the upper back, to any sticky parts between the shoulder blades. Imagine that each exhale can tangibly carry away tension with the out breath. So you'll inhale, feel the upper back puff out, and exhale, feel the shoulders relax that little bit more. Inhale to open and expand once again, and we'll roll forward this time into all fours. So you'll need to have your shoulders roughly above your wrists and your knees roughly above your ankles. We're going to mobilize the spine with a few rounds of CatCow. So as you inhale, bend the elbows a little bit, drop the belly, gaze up. As you exhale, round the back, take the gaze towards the belly. Inhale, shine the chest forward. And exhale to round into the back, hug the belly up. Inhale, chest scoops forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, push the floor to round into the back. If you're completely new to this movement, then keep going as you are. And if you practice a lot of cat-cows and you're starting to feel a bit on autopilot, then I want you to, as you inhale, lift the fingers up so you're on your wrists. And as you exhale, lift the wrists up so you're on your fingertips and you're squeezing your fingertips to the mat. Inhale, heel of the wrists to the floor, fingertips up. Exhale, lift heels of the wrists, squeeze fingertips and push into the mat. And I've given you a few options, but you're also completely free to add anything extra. So you can close your eyes and just feel into the actual movement of the body here, making circles or shapes. It's your body and your practice, and you get to choose how you move if anything wants to be expressed. Okay, great. From here, spread your hands so that your 10 fingers are spread really wide. And then start to really push the ground. So you've got that firm connection with the ground. You're really feeling how solid and stable the ground beneath you is. Reach the left leg back. The left toes point to the floor. You're reaching back through the heel. Feel a sense of hugging up through the lower belly to reach the right arm forward. Thumb points to the sky. So you can feel this simultaneous reach forward through the fingertips and pull back through the heel. Inhale here. Exhale, hug elbow to knee beneath the chest. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. Inhale, length. Exhale, curl in beneath the body. And then 2 more in your own count. Come back to all fours. You can shake out the hips. Take a gaze over to the left and over to the right. And then take the right foot back. Lift the right leg in the air. Right toes to the floor. Feel a sense of that core engagement activating here, and reach the left arm forward, left thumb to the sky. Reach forward through the fingers, reach back through the heel. Feel an equal weight distribution in the knee and the hand. Inhale. Exhale, curl elbow towards knee. It doesn't have to touch, you're just curling it in towards. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl beneath the body. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. Count 2 more. And then settle back down. Take your knees as wide as the mat. Big toes together. Sit the bum to the heels. Reach the arms forward for your child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the mat. If the forehead doesn't come to the mat, you can stack your fists to support your head, or you can put a pillow underneath. And you'll want to come back to the breath here. Notice the belly filling up on the inhale. Notice a sense of being able to let your body relax a bit more with the exhale. And it can be quite nice for the forehead in child's pose to lean from left to right, so you're kind of massaging out the brow. When you're ready, start to roll back to your all fours position. And once you're there, we'll pick the hands up, move them about, one handprint forward. We still want to spread the fingers and then tuck the toes. Start to really push into the ground so that the knees lift. Keep the knees bent, squeeze belly to thighs, pedal out through one leg and then the other. And we're not going to really stay in down dog very long. We'll start to walk the feet forwards all the way up to the top, or you can bring the hands back a bit. I want you to bend your knees as much as you need to be able to really drape the upper body down. So as you can see, I need to bend my knees quite a lot to get that sense of dropping my head, letting my head go for our forward fold or ragdoll. You can then sway from side to side. And as you let the head go really heavy, the upper body relax down to the floor. Start to feel the connection between the soles of your feet and the ground. So you can probably feel this kind of in the balls of the feet, in the big toe mound, in the heel, the outer edges. Just notice the connection between the feet and the ground. Then find length through the legs and length through the back. So we're coming into our halfway lift posture here. You can take a few breaths here with a little slight bend in the knees. And you're taking the gaze, once you've stopped looking at the screen, you can take the gaze down to the mat so that the top of the head is reaching forwards, and then you've got some length in your neck. You'll feel for a sense of reaching back through the sit bones here as well. And the hands can be either on the thighs, on the shins, or they might even reach the floor if you're used to practicing this a lot. Inhale here with this length in halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, drop the head, relax down. Inhale, back to halfway lift, long legs, long back. Exhale, release forward. And then continue to follow your breath through these two postures. And one of the key principles in yoga philosophy and practice is finding that balance between effort and ease. So what you're doing here is you're using a bit of effort to lift into halfway lift, then you're using a sense of ease to relax down into your forward fold. Okie doke. So the next time you come to halfway lift, let's bring the arms by the side, like aeroplane arms. The palms are facing down to the floor. Start to slightly engage your lower belly and engage your glutes a little bit to lift all the way up to the top. And we're going to get set up in Tadasana, mountain pose. So first pick your toes off the mat, spread the toes wide and then replant them down. And start to rock forwards and backwards like we did in the seated meditation at the start. So you're feeling what it's like to be off center. You might even almost fall and catch yourself. Then make those rocks smaller and smaller. So you can come to a place of stillness, stacking the head above the heart, above the pelvis. Push down deliberately through the big toe mound of both feet. Then feel that push down also through the outer edges of both feet and through the heels of both feet. So you might actually be able to have a sense of the inner arches of the feet lifting up here, drawing energy from the earth. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, spread the fingers, little bend in the elbows, little bend in the knees. And feel for that sense of lift all the way up through the crown of the head. Lovely. From here, you're going to really root down into the left foot. So you can really pour the weight into that left foot. And bring the right foot either to the lower leg or the upper leg. Avoid the knee, so above or below the knee. You might actually, if you're struggling with balance a lot today, have the toes touching the mat to help you here. And then wherever you are, you can choose where to put your arms. They might be on the hips. You might like a prayer position at the heart. Or you might want to reach your arms open, a bit like branches, because this is tree posture. And we really want to feel that sense of rooting down through the standing leg. So if you do like visualization, you can imagine you've got roots digging down into the earth from that standing foot. And imagine for a sense of lift up through the crown of the head, as though you've got branches reaching up to the light above. If you want a bit of a challenge here, you can close the eyes, see how that changes the balance. And from here, take your arms forward, take your knee forward, so you're having a little kind of hop balance here. And you're going to start to lean forward with the chest and reach the leg back. And we're coming into Warrior 3 here, so you might want to use the floor for stability. You might have something you can grab onto, or you might actually find that you're able to come into a balance here with no support. So feel what's right for you. And it's totally fine to wobble about the place or to look completely skew-with. Woof! From there we'll come into a lunge. So you've got your left knee above your left ankle, you've got your back heel lifted, and you want a sense of buoyancy in that back knee as well. From there, open the arms like a cactus shape, like a right angle. Inhale, reach the elbows back, tilt the chest up. Exhale, fingertips or hands to the floor. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, ground down, touch the floor. Once more, inhale, open and expand. Exhale, touch the floor. And then we'll just inhale to lift the arms and exhale to take a big step forwards. Coming back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Take a few breaths here. You can actually close the eyes if you like to recenter yourself, to feel the ground under your feet. Then blink the eyes open and we'll do the same on the other side. So this time, pull the weight into the right foot and really feel a sense of you pouring that weight down. You're grounded into the ground. Take the left foot to wherever is appropriate for you today. Then find the position that you'd like with your arms. You can even like play around and strike a pose. Again, if you want a challenge on this side, you can close the eyes. Notice what that does to the balance. Lovely. Bring the arms forward. Bring the knee up. And then slowly start to find your Warrior 3. So this is where you might want to bring your hands to the floor for balance, or grab something or someone beside you. Or you might come into your Warrior 3 balance, no support. Any of the options are great. Okie doke. We're going to come back to a lunge now on the other side. Front knee above front ankle, a little bit of buoyancy in that back knee. Arms into your cactus shape. And feel here for a sense of lift up through the whole midline, and lift up through the pelvic floor. Inhale, open the arms back. Exhale, frame the front foot, fingertips or palms to the floor, whatever's available. Inhale, open up. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, ground down. And this time, we'll make a big step forward and kind of, it doesn't have to be graceful, just shimmy yourself around until you get into a yogi squat and Malasana pose. Don't worry if your heels don't reach the floor, that's fine. If this is completely uncomfortable for you, then you can actually just sit on the floor with the legs like this. And bring the arms to the insides of the legs. Bring the palms to prayer position if that's available to you. And take the gaze down the nose, taking a moment here to come back to your breath. How's your heart rate? Find a moment of stillness. Oh wow, time flies when you're yogaing. So it's already time for our Savasana, which is our final relaxation pose. So find your way now down to your backs. If you've got any kinds of issues in your lower back, it's probably going to be nicer for you here to have something under your knees. So you might want to grab a big cushion for under the knees. Alternatively, you can actually stack your feet up on the sofa, something like that. Now, wherever you are in your Shavasana, take any final wriggles and wiggles to get out your system before resolving to remain in stillness. When you're ready, you can close the eyes if they're not already closed. And really start to feel a sense of winding down now. You can take a deliberate yawn. That can be quite helpful. And feel where the back of the head meets the ground. You really want to feel a sense of letting the head go, of surrendering the weight of your head to the earth. Allowing yourself and your body to be completely supported by the ground beneath you. The solid, stable ground. With the breath here, as you inhale, you can feel that lift in the front body, that expansion of the belly. As you exhale, feel that sinking down of the back body. Inhale, lightness in the top front body. Exhale, sinking down through all the points of contact between the back of the body and the ground. And gently start to deepen your breath. Bring a little bit of movement in by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. If you have the time and you're feeling really relaxed, you're totally welcome to just close the laptop, turn the computer up here. Otherwise, start to hug the knees into the chest, take a little rock from side to side. And finally roll over onto one side. Let the head relax. You might make a pillow with your hand. And take a moment on your side. A final moment of complete surrender. And know that you are supported, know that you are connected to that underground network with the forest of trees and with all the lovely humans that joined today. When you're ready, use your top arm to push onto the ground to take yourself up to seated. And again, you can close the eyes, feel the lift up through the top of the head, feel the sink down through the base of the body. Blink the eyes open, take a moment to squeeze your thighs, squeeze your calves, squeeze the muscle into the bone. You can even say to yourself like, hello, I'm here. And perhaps put your hand on your heart as well, giving yourself a bit of loving presence and saying thank you to yourself for carving out a little bit of time to connect to your body. Thanks so much for joining me from around the world. It was really lovely to have you here. It's so strange that I can't see you, but I'm sending all my love from UK. Thanks for joining. I'll be here again tomorrow at 12:30 and also on Friday. Ciao.